Don't go to bed with no price on your head.
It's also going to affect people who do porn on the top level.
Porn rap star. What's up? It's your boy Drizzy Drake, and you are now rocking with Kane.
Now,
live on the stage, back on my shit. Now I'm beating dick to a porn thing. Back to my rap shit, no cap shit, can't say shit. Just
actually good straight up, man.
Your boys can't watch from the sideline. As I get mine like a rich guy. Don't get carried by the rock side. As I try to get my broke dance like apartheid.
We worship.
After your laughter, for the boys who thought it was safe after I left the game. Now I'm back at the game, ain't a damn thing changed. Still the same. The only thing that changed, I got some grade in my mind.
I'm starting off like this.
Let's take it back to what we love it at.
Let's go.
How we only could do what we do. It's the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephon Diggs, I need another bitch. I won't stop spinning, go get another brick. She got on my plane to suck another dick. I spend a lot on my chain, so send a condiment. I took all the profits, you keep the compliments. Even on the empty stomach, full of confidence. King of the city, let's build a monument. I'm richer than niggas, go read the finer prints. Yachts, boats, I'm the niggas spending the most. You niggas checked in rehab when your single was slow. Fat boy bag, this ain't rap money. I'll make you rap, niggas come and rap for me. Helicopters coming on my niggas deep. Feds know the mumble, so no need to speak. Where the bitches selling pussy, put the kids to sleep. And I'm running with the steppers, nothing on my feet.
Pardon my demeanor, I'm cleaner, sold out arenas, no love for the other side. Fuck if the Greg Greener. Get in the booth and team up, seen us temperature heat up. I just cranked the machine up, married the game green up. We're born to be up since a fetus, I kick my feet up. Dues paid in full, look, I can pull the receipt up. Me and God team up, ain't no way to defeat her. You in cahoot with Demon, we got the W teed up. My father do have to do away with whoever follow you. Send you to your mama like your father do. Holla dude, opportunity knocked out with shopping in Malibu. Eating soul food on Lenox Avenue, ain't that a fool? Cannibal, digest niggas and threat dealers. Make set trippers go fetch niggas like pet niggas. Hella cynical, been tripping since clipping my umbilical. Identical bullets reach whoever breaches the sentence. Mr. King, bitch, I never folded, never team switch. Don't understand it, you don't understand English. Distinguished, defies, you said double the bet. Wish the sucker number, love and respect while up in the tail.
Yeah, hold on.
And don't nobody care nothing about you being weird. Do it here. We'll take them new veneers home with us as a souvenir.
Yeah. That's it, tone for this show. Welcome. I got my backdrop because I fight moving it to smoke this over this week. Tuesday morning. I hope y'all enjoying y'all morning so far and everything. Me, on the other hand, I am sick as a fucking dog. I've been sick for the past 2 days. You know I am Cameron Summer Champ, aka the Poor Rap Star. I've got to go through these, despite the fact I'm sick as a dog, I got to go through all these damn, these wonderful, wonderful sponsors for this show. Pass That Apparel, Smokehive.com, Sarah J CBDs. Please use the promo code BOBBIE to get 10% off your next order or first order for Sarah J CBDs. And the Swinger Social Club that accepts singles, couples, and transgender, yes, they're inclusive. The Swinger Destination Spot here in North Carolina, in Garden, North Carolina, Odyssey Lounge. So go to odysseylounge.net, odysseylounge.net to get yourself tickets for their parties every Friday and Saturday. So, also, you can find me 5 days out of the week in the mornings at fullswatradio.com, excuse me, as well as SkyHighAbadonTV.com, as well as SGPradio.com. Don't forget about my Pro Wrestling Podcast, which drops Thursday, Pro Wrestling Smoke, and I forgot to put up the widget. And please don't forget to subscribe or follow. Better if you subscribe to the place where the conversation gets saucy, the titties pop out, dildos might pop out. You don't know what might pop off unless you subscribe. Previous Smoke Room on Royal Fan. So there you go, people. It ain't gonna be that long of a show. I do have another show I had to do later tonight. Getting myself together. I got all this. Woo! This cold shit that I'm fighting. I've been fighting the cold for the past couple of days. I said, damn, I ain't got no show for Tuesday. Because the interviews I've been doing, because I've been cut down less on my recordings. Since I've been cut down less of my recordings, of course. I have to, the interviews are every other week with me doing this every other week. So y'all get to hear an interview one week and the next week you get to hear me. So there you go. Like I said, don't forget Father's Day weekend, big event in the Premium Smoke Room. We got the Content House with the aunties. 4 episodes back to back. I hope y'all enjoy them. I had fun recording them. And I'm working on another project, Content House. Yeah, Squad House. That's right. They play hard to all those good people. So be on the lookout for that when that get recorded. So you were just hearing my man Rick Ross. His album will be coming soon. And this song here, he dissed the fuck out of 50 Cent. Him as well as T.I. And I ain't gonna front. This song and Dance Style with Jid, I've been like fucking playing it back to back or what have you. So, and then also I found this new R&B guy named Tua Wolf. I already know I'm gonna get flagged by dog. I'm gonna get flagged by both these dumbasses between what is it? I know I'm gonna get flagged by you too. I know Spotify gonna do some stupid shit. So y'all, I want y'all to take a listen to this because whenever I discover something, I turn y'all on to it. You know what I'm saying? So these Tia Wolf, bow and arrows. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah.
When you cry at night, when you wake up cold, I don't wanna know what it's like to lose you. What would I do without you? And how could I live without you? I think that I would lose my mind and I would lose my mind. All the things that you give to me, baby, I don't wanna be the one to let it go.
Yeah. He's been on repeat too. I ain't gonna lie.
When you're sad and tired, when you're low on hope, I don't wanna know what it's like to lose you. What would I do without you? And how could I live without you? I think that I would lose my mind and I would lose my marbles. All the things that you give to me, baby, I don't wanna be the one to let it go. If I could take all the pain from you, I would. If I could put it on me, baby, I would. I put on armor, get my bow and arrows, and I would fight for you, baby. If I could take all the pain from you, I would. If I could put it all on me, baby, I would fight for you, baby. If I could take all the pain from you, I would. If I could put it all on me, baby, I would. I put on armor, get my bow and arrows, and I would fight for you.
Yeah. I already know I'm gonna get flagged for this. I really don't give a shit. So yeah, I ran to that artist, and then I heard a couple other things from. They ain't got that much out. This is like their first year. And I love finding new artists, people that I never heard before. I mean, you know what I'm saying, or music from other artists that I forgot about or didn't hear before. Because sometimes people have hit gems, but because of the hits that the record label choose will be hits, we miss out on. So like Jay-Z has a lot of B-side shit, you know what I'm saying? That is fire that people forgot about. Drake as well, you know, and two, because the radio and social media chooses to pick what songs you want to hear or opposed to hear. So I like listening to artists that not getting as much side. Like I said, Alex Isley, I discovered her. Even though she's well known and y'all know her, I didn't know of her. And I haven't heard one song yet that's terrible. There's a couple of other artists. Zylo from England, I love it. Anytime she releases, I'm in, you know. So what you should do, I'm just suggesting my smokers, take a time out and just let any playlist play. Don't play your playlist. Just play a playlist or just play a song. Because, you know, YouTube made music. Once you play one song, then it just get songs or that are similar. Just let it play. You'd be surprised what you might run into by listening. Because trust me, I run into a lot of gems that is on my playlist, which is on YouTube Music. The Smoke Is Over playlist, which is the official playlist for the podcast. So I got a lot of hits up there. I'll go check it out. Y'all have to go to my YouTube page. I think you might even find it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, well, first of all, like I said, I don't talk sports much, but congratulations to finally, after so many years, the New York Knicks won. I've watched all the games. Y'all know I like Jalen Brunson. I like him a lot. I do feel some type of way towards him when he comes to North Carolina. A lot of conversations be coming to whether Jalen Brunson is the greatest Knick. We go down to one of the greatest point guards and all this stuff. It's interesting that when a guy wins a championship, at that moment he wins the championship, we jump and scream greatness or greatest. Y'all, when Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl, y'all didn't sit here and say Sam Darnold was the greatest quarterback of all time. But now, will Jalen Brunson or can Jalen Brunson, is he the greatest Knick right there? I got no difference between great and best. At this point, he is the greatest Knick because he brought the Knicks a title years later. Is he the best Knick of all time? No. He probably number 3 in my opinion. You got Patrick Ewing and Walt Frazier. Now, it's funny, y'all just skipped over Walt Frazier, and people will put Patrick Ewing over Walt Frazier. You know, Walt Frazier won 2. Yeah, New York won 2 back in the day. One in the 70s, one in 72. It just what happened in 72 was the Unseld Reed game, where he came back from injury and had a beast of a game to win the championship. Will New York repeat? That is hard. One, they got to keep everybody intact, and 2, now teams when you become the champ, now people build their teams around beating you. And trust me, a lot of shuffling going to go down. A lot of things going to happen because the draft ain't too far away. And now that they changed the rules of the draft, there'll be no taking. And because there'll be no taking, yeah, which I think is going to change the game drastically, because you can't even take off games because that team that you think they're supposed to be taking, they might have a string of wins and get them back into playoff contention. Because they're going to be like, well, fuck it, if we can't take our way, we might as well go ahead and just goddamn win. I don't see, like I said, New York repeating. So if people sit here screaming, if New York able to do that, then yes, I would put Brunson up there as the greatest Knick and best Knick. Also, you might as well put him up there as one of the greatest point guards of all time. Early in his career. But right now, He's on his way to become one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people saying, well, I heard Karen Barron from Speakeasy saying, where's the team sport? I always hear these people say, it's a team sport, it's a team sport, it's a team sport. Jalen Brunson was the reason why they stayed in these games, why they was even in striking distance. Because New York has a knack to have a slow start. And lucky for them that Brunson kept them in striking distance, because a lot of these cases, you could have added 10 more points to the lead that they had. So when they came back for 29, over Brunson, they might have would have been down 40. The reason why San Antonio lost is because Wemby didn't go in the paint. Now I get it. He's skinny as fuck. He's a toothpick. He's 7'5". I know what they say he need to get stronger, but he can't add weight. Because if he does, I mean, he's going to stay injured all the damn time. But when New York was on a run, if they had just let Wemby get the paint and back Cat into the paint, we might have a different series. Wemby needs to learn to be able to work the paint. A lot of his greatest sitters, some of the motherfuckers was better athletes and shooters than you think. Bill Russell could score. He was more than just defensive rebounds. He actually could score. But he was more about getting the rebounds and blocking shots. Y'all understand how dynamic of a sitter Kareem was. Kareem could have shot threes. Kareem had jump shots. But the skyhook was his shit. He said, hey, I have more longevity as a sitter. And two, back then, a sitter was a sitter. They wanted you in the paint. Because guess what? You that tall, you're closer to the basket. Could you imagine? You know what I'm saying? The former coach for the San Antonio Spurs, Greg Popovich, seeing, you know what I'm saying, David Robinson, or even my boy Tim Duncan out there shooting threes and trying to dribble his way to the basket. Greg Popovich would have bitched the fuck out of that motherfucker. It's nothing wrong with him shooting threes. It's nothing wrong with him crossing motherfucker and taking him to the hole. But he needs to add his back to the basket game to complete his game. If he learns how to do that, San Antonio gonna be unbeatable. Gonna be hard to beat. You're not gonna see this happen again. You ain't gonna see New York get down 29 and come back if he learns how to do that shit. Because then guess what? Imagine his shoot percentage will go up, and he probably score more points. Because you want to know how Brunson and New York beat them? They beat him with the mid-range. Brunson drove the lane. He didn't settle for threes. That's why I said he is the best of the East. Not Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, he'll sit there and settle for a three-pointer before he drives his ass to paint. Brunson rather just take it to the paint. If you notice, Brunson was more trying to get separation to get into the paint than he was to shoot. He hit majority of his shots in the paint. And if y'all see how Brunson took that big tall motherfucker. So I'm just saying, if Wemby ever gets himself a in the paint, back to the basket game to go along where he got, he probably the most unstoppable player. And the reason why they lost to New York, think about all the teams that beat New York. The big stars always scored 40 or better. He only scored like 20 points. Who scored the 30 and the 40? Brunson. Hold on. Let me make sure that. Yeah, because let me explain something to you. He averaged remember I got a cold. Okay. He averaged, let me see, 26. He averaged 26.6 points, right? So let's see here. I'm trying to see how many points he had. His points here. 26 points, 29 points, 32 points in game 3, 24 in game 4, 19. I said this. Women need to score 40 in the Garden to win. All the big stars scored 50 plus and to beat New York. A lot of the time when New York lost, especially Madison Square Gardens, it was the other team top player that really went nuts. Wemby did not go nuts. He was actually moderate, especially in the last game, in game 5, because he only had 19 points. So to me, I hate to say it, if you're going to beat New York, your top player got to score some points. Now, guaranteed if he scored 40 in one of them games, we be talking different. If he scored 30 points per average, we'll be talking different. You go look back, Jaylen Brown and Tatum was averaging at least combined 60 points when they beat him last year. That's what you think about that. Smoke that over. But I have something to celebrate. Yes, we do. I'd like to say congratulations to my home state hockey team, the Carolina Hurricanes. While everybody was looking at New York, and watch how New York completely destroyed the city because they won. Quietly, the Carolina Hurricanes only lost one game during the whole playoff run. And for the second time in my lifetime, they are the Stanley Cup champions. So congratulations to them. I actually sat back and watched the last 2 games. When I didn't even know that they were in the Stanley Cup Finals. I don't keep up with hockey as much. Like my favorite hockey team actually is really the Chicago, Blackhawks. You know what I'm saying? I like them. And baseball wise, my White Sox are actually winning. We probably might play the playoffs the way we played. Yeah. Yes, I'm a White Sox fan. Crazy how I'm a White Sox fan, Blackhawks fan, and pro-wise, a Bulls fan, which we'll get to in a second because I heard that a young Carolina faithful might be going there. But anyway, so the Blackhawks won 4-1. They lost the first one and then rattled off 4 in a row. And I guess it's safe to say that North Carolina is a hockey state because we haven't won any national championship in college basketball. We haven't won a national championship in college football. Carolina Panthers nor the Charlotte Hornets have won anything of significance in the NFL. I mean, the Carolina Panthers been to the Super Bowl, but what's the other team? The Charlotte Hornets, we can barely make the playoffs. So yes, it's Carolina Panthers. Also, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully, I have some more to pat my chest about because the Tar Heels are 2-0 in the Carolina World Series. Let's just say this. We go there damn near every fucking year. We have yet to win it. I hope this the year that we do because I would love to see Carolina baseball do something that Carolina basketball hasn't done in God knows how long or football will ever fucking do. Because, yes, it'll be a cold day in hell before we see the Tar Heels actually win a national title. Well, let me take that back because it depends on Belichick. If Belichick does what I think he can do with in this era, good chance we might could win a national title. But we'll see. I think we have a better chance in basketball than we ever will in football. But baseball, let's get one. So, this week, where we go, this also, since we're on the sports tip, UFC Freedom. The gladiator spectacle put on by the president on the South Lawn of the White House. I know everybody trashed it, okay? Do I necessarily agree with the president throwing a sporting event on the White House, at the White House? I had to sit down and think about that for a moment because I was like, would they have trashed Obama if he had a world boxing match at his White House? Probably so. So, and I'm just happy to see this equal trashing. Of course, his followers look at it as, oh, it was great, this was America, and so forth. I was wondering why none of the guys had their own individual shorts and all that. They had to wear certain type shorts made with an event, which was understandable because it's supposed to be the 250th anniversary for our country and Donald Trump's 80th birthday, which he fell asleep during the event. You know what I'm saying? So he keep dozing off, and y'all say nothing. Grandpa, what's his damn name? Eddie Griffin, you'll talk shit about Biden. Grandpa, well, Grandpa can't fall asleep during his birthday. Grandpa be falling asleep during some of the meetings. Same thing. But anyway, I digress. Honestly, I don't really see anything wrong with it. The reason why I'm saying that, I know this is going to shock a lot of people. One, I wish more presidents would do that shit. I mean, I'm just saying, because the reason why I say that is that we're not used to our president being this involved in sports events. And I keep saying Donald Trump, when he first became president, a while back, not this first go around, not this go around the first one. I said he's going to change how the presidency is ran and how it is looked at, even to the criteria of what it takes to be a president. And this is part of that change. When you had Obama, you had this end. And then we found out what happens if the country gives the president to a fool. Like I said, the reason why I don't see an issue with it is because, one, it's part of a celebration for the country. Two, it was a win for UFC because this really made UFC really pop off. You feel me? The reason why, because even for people that don't know what UFC is, you went to go look at it just to see what it was. Whether it's good or bad press, what everybody was talking about this morning and today, as you listen to this. You want to know what they're talking about? UFC. They said it was a failed, what we call it, because there was a lot of people there. A lot of people are gonna cut that shit, dog. Because for one, you had ICE there. You know how many Mexicans, excuse me, I mean, no disrespect, this is not a racist thing. You know how many Hispanic people go to UFC? So that cut that down. Niggas, we don't go to UFC. No, we really don't. I don't know why y'all act like black people go watch UFC. We do not watch UFC. We'll go watch boxing. We'll watch pro wrestling. But we don't watch UFC but so much. You feel me? Even when you think about the UFC shows that break down UFC, so be one commentator that's actually black. Daniel Kobe ain't the only one that I even hear about talk about it. Just like my boy for NHL, they got one black guy that talks about NHL. And he had to be great to get that. So let's make this clear. The problem is that this was really for white folk. But they don't want to say that because when you go look at everyone that was interviewed or talked to about it, or if you go look at this, what they call it, the only brown people there was probably somebody from the military or Roman Reigns. Which I guarantee you next year there will be a WWE event at the White House. Which is going to be interesting. So I'm curious myself. You want to say, please? I'm curious how but if that conversation went down while it was in DC, because Trump has been put to the Hall of Fame. If he has a strong connection with WWE, TKO owns WWE, so how far-fetched is it that he sit there and say to Dana White, yeah, I would love to have really big show with WWE. Maybe we could have a Trump mania in the White House. I ain't gotta be good at that shit. But like I said before, I just think a lot of people harken it back to Roman Empire, part of the downfall was down the gladiators, and so forth. But though I hate to say this, the downfall of America, I know y'all gonna sit here and say, we knew you were gonna say Trump era. No, it is the Trump era. Because the simple fact of that, it diminished a lot of our power in the world. See, what happened was when Roman lost influence across the world to the point that motherfuckers weren't afraid of them no goddamn more. And they smelled a chink in the armor, and Trump is our chink. Hence the U.S.-Iran war, which really is technically the Iran, Israel, and U.S. war. We have a deal, supposedly. Now, what's so funny about this, which I've already know was going to happen, I already know the argument points from the left, and I already know the bullshit the right going to say, because they're going to say this not the same as Obama. Obama and them did not make sure that they didn't have a nuclear weapon because this so forth and this. And then the liberals going to sit and say, well, this is that framework there, Bob, which actually is the fucking truth. Because after it's all said, they're going to be the same framework. Facts, for what I understand about the deal so far. The Strait of Hormuz might be open, but Iran said after 60 days, we going to start taxing motherfuckers. I said this again. Let me tell you what Trump did with this war. He woke up Iran to figure out wait a second. We walking around here like we some bitches. We got the whole Strait of Hormuz. That's us. These motherfuckers need this shit. Shut that shit down. No, even better. No. We should tax you. You see how he tariffs everything. Well, why don't we tax these motherfuckers for coming through? Because think about how much money they will build within a month from taxing every ship that comes through. Imagine that. And what Trump is going to say? Y'all do tariffs. Y'all, Trump, you just saying tariff the world. So they don't have the right to tax anyone that comes through their waterway? I know y'all hate me giving you this argument, but I told you, I believe in balance. Then look on the other side for a second. This is my waterway. We own this. Apparently, Iran owns the Strait of Hormuz. When Trump went after them, everything was funny. So you fucked up by killing the old guy. Because the old guy believed in letting everybody use the Strait of Hormuz for free. You killed the 80-year-old guy. Now, the 40-year-old guy, my age, he's sitting here thinking, buddy, he like, nuclear weapon, man, fuck a nuclear weapon. Nigga, you know, oh, let's get this money. Let's get this money. That we want this. You want the greenbacks, motherfucker. And that's what he got. So when they start taxing, they close the United States, everybody, what you think will happen? That military that was supposedly depleted, which was never depleted, we are going to learn that Trump overhypes everything. The military might have told him. This is going to come out after the fact. I guarantee you, we're going to hear either a trial discussing this war, just like what happened with Ollie North and all them, as well as the trial that went for the Desert Storm. We're going to see a little oversight committee trial shit that's going to break this down. And what we're going to find out is that Trump overhyped a lot of the accomplishments. They say they destroyed their missile capability, but you still have drones, which has missiles. They said he destroyed their Navy. They don't have a Navy, they have boats. They still had enough boats, enough mines, and enough drones to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. Your blockade was a blockade of a blockade. It's the equivalent of putting a hat on top of a hat. Let me show you. Let me show you. How does this look, right? How does this look? That's what the fuck the blockade was. Oh, we're going to blockade the Iranians, even though they own the whole Hormuz, but we're just gonna block what? Their docks. Y'all gonna block their docks, but they're blocking the whole fucking waterway. To the point that a lot of these corporations, they are scared to even let their ships go through. Now he got to go to G7 and talk to the Europeans who he done pissed off to convince them to help him finish this up. Add to it that Yahoo don't want to stop with Libya. The only reason why he ain't fucking with Iran because the United States is dealing with Iran at the behest of that Yahoo, who is up for election sometime this year. I hope he loses. I hope he loses. I don't understand the Israel people. I don't understand the Israel people. I don't. But nonetheless, yeah, people. Yeah, I put in work. Yeah. Trump is frustrated at Yahoo because he don't want to stop shooting in Lebanon. Because Iran said, look, if you can handle that Yahoo, we can talk. But he got to be having first. And you got to give us back our goddamn money. So they got to give them back the money. Plus, these folks going to be able to make money. You're actually making them an economic world power versus nuclear. I hate to say this. You want to be technical about it? That's worse. No one wants to say that. Why is China our worst enemy, or supposed our worst enemy? Because they're economically equal to us. Why is Russia one of our worst enemies? They are economically equal to us. North Korea. Well, because they're nuclear weapons, but because they got money. You do realize we trade with North Korea too, because there's a whole country, Korea, North and South Korea. No, the wall will not come down, Ronald Reagan. The wall will not come down. That ain't gonna happen. So, my point being is that we didn't win shit. Trump called. Y'all can believe, I mean, the MAGA, whoever, I don't believe we won. We didn't win shit. We actually made them stronger. Because let me tell you the difference between the result of this and Obama's. Obama and them, Iran wasn't trying to tax nobody for the Strait of Hormuz. Iran was not trying to control the Strait of Hormuz. That wasn't even in the plan. But when Trump decided Iran can't have a nuclear weapon, which I'm so sick and tired of that talking point. We get it. We don't want them to have a fucking nuclear weapon. But at the same time, we don't want them to be as rich as Saudi Arabia either. Which they're about to be. But they might not be a nuclear power, but they about to be an economic goddamn, they about to be an economic goddamn rival. That's why I said Trump had no plan. He wanted to impress Netanyahu and show that I'm the big bad Trump, I'm that thug, I'm that gangster, what have you. Plus, November's right around the corner. I'm going to have to deal with possibly losing the House and the Senate. Everything go blue except for me. Let me go ahead and go after Iran while I got the opportunity. Iran, y'all keep saying, well, Iran lied. Well, you know what I find funny? Didn't Obama have motherfuckers going over there to actually see what Iran was doing? You know how hard it is to hide that much uranium? Let's be realistic here. You get me? Okay, America, we lied about UFOs, but I don't see y'all sitting here sending somebody to Area 51 to check it out. Obama had motherfuckers going over there to watch this shit. Do you realize every country has a stockpile of uranium? Just not everybody have a nuclear weapon. Because guess what runs the world? Nuclear power. There have been other people that try to discover other ways to do that. But unfortunately, because the powers that be rather have the nuclear power because they own it, anything else they ain't going to want to give a two shits about. Everyone uses nuclear power. So you're not going to take out nuclear. Y'all do understand that Iran will still have to keep some of that nuclear capability in order to power their city. They just can't enrich it. They can't enrich it to become nuclear, to where I make a nuclear weapon. I hate to tell you this, they didn't want to. You want to know why they didn't want to? Because they knew soon they get a nuclear weapon, you already got Israel who would have blown them out of the goddamn water. Now I got to deal with the rest of the world NATO, United Nations, and everybody that got their mama that don't like us because we're the small majority in the Muslim family. I say what nobody wants to say, but clearly it's obvious. Because they're the black sheep of the family, they're like, hell no. The old man knew what it was. They probably had a conversation. No, we don't want a nuclear weapon because they'll blow us out the water. As soon as we make the bitch, they gonna come. Dude, do you think I would have had World War III in Iraq? Nigga, you crazy. We'll lose. No one likes us. No one likes us. You asked Saddam Hussein would try to take us over. We the black sheep of the Muslim family. We got that y'all who want to kill all Muslims and really want to kill us. Let's be real. Sometimes we make our own enemies. A lot of times, because of wars that we have done and things we have done to countries, it creates these terrorists. Because we decided that we want to go and take over everything and push people around. Or because the UN decided that we're the police. Bin Laden held a grudge against the United States because his family got killed during the Russian-Afghanistan war. So he always had an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Countries just gonna dislike each other. Period. And really, 9 out of 10, it was more about who the leader was at the time as well. This war was just as much a disaster as Vietnam. And I think when they said the Korean War, that was another one that they compared it to. But the point I'm trying to make is that the issue is simply this. No, we don't want to have a nuclear weapon, but Israel got one. If y'all really give a fuck about nuclear, and y'all so worried about terrorism, why don't y'all take all the nuclear weapons off the board? Y'all not. Y'all got lucky before Iran made one. Saudi's got one. France has one. Germany has one. I haven't seen the UN sit down and say, all right, see, we say Iran can't have one because of terrorism. Why we make the playing field even and we get rid of all nuclear weapons? That will never happen because that's that country's dick. That's why it's going to be a nuclear holocaust. Not because of one country shot one country. No, everybody's going to shoot them things off and they're going to destroy the world. Because it's a pissing match. Now, before you say, well, you trying to defend Iran having a nuclear weapon? No, I don't think Iran deserves a nuclear weapon. I don't think any of the Middle East companies deserve a nuclear weapon. I don't think Israel should deserve a nuclear weapon. I don't think fucking Isle of Samoa should not even have a fucking nuclear weapon. We shouldn't have a nuclear fucking weapon. For what? We ain't dropped. The bomb that was dropped was not a nuclear bomb. It was a hydrogen bomb. That wasn't nuclear. It was hydrogen. Now imagine if Hiroshima was a nuclear bomb. Japan still be gone, motherfuckers. That what y'all missed. They said, but last time we dropped the bomb, it was a hydrogen bomb, it was a nuclear bomb. We have yet to drop a nuclear bomb on anybody in this world. We test out the nuclear, bombs where we do it, but it's small enough to where it ain't gonna be but so much radiation and so forth. Let's not pretend, right? That you telling me it's enough of a nuclear explosion that it doesn't create radiation to the point that it fucks up a whole city or anything like that. It's that one little small area. So yeah, you might have some lizards with 3 eyes walking around somewhere in the bottom. Or they set it off at one of these islands that nobody lives in. There's nobody staying there. They have no human population. But nobody has dropped a nuclear bomb ever. The bomb that was dropped was a hydrogen bomb. Let's make this clear. Different type damage. The hydrogen bomb took out Okinawa. And I forgot the other city. If it was a nuclear bomb, trust me, there would be no Japan, dog. For as much hydrogen was in there that equal that to nuclear, plutonium, and all that, dude, Japan, our Japan would be, yeah. To give you a perfect example, Chernobyl. Nobody lives in Chernobyl since. That nuclear plant, that was a nuclear plant. And Chernobyl ain't been the same since. So you're talking about, and that was the only kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, example of what happens if a nuclear bomb goes off. And mind you, that was not even that much plutonium. That was a lot. It don't take a lot to power it. Take a lot to blow up a country. So there you go. So I feel nobody should have a nuclear weapon, but Iran is at the top of the list and should not have one. There's a couple of them. There's a couple other ones too, people. I agree with North Korea, Russia, and I even agree with the United States because we already proved that we got an unhinged old granddaddy at the helm. Let's hope that he don't decide to press a button. But it's funny that he's been bucking up to Netanyahu, which I'm pretty sure that's pissing off a lot of Israel folk. But Israel is saying, damn it, this ain't got shit to do with us. So Trump, and they're saying that there's nothing benefit Israel. Everything's been the United States. Low key, did y'all notice that? Israel does not want to take their people out of Lebanon. I keep telling you this. Netanyahu, part of this is his disdain towards Islamic people. As well as the nuclear shit. But it's more because at the end of the day, why you keep bombing Lebanon? Why you and still attack the Gaza? Trying to put Muslims out of the Gaza. Don't want them to complete to create an independent state. You like that? You won't. We try to give some of that to Trump. Oh, by the way, did y'all realize Trump bet and made money off of this UFC shit? Actually, he's more richer now than he ever was before he got presidency. But the tomato. But the point I'm trying to make is that the same framework of this deal is going to be similar to that of Obama. The reason why he blew up that deal was because it was a terrible deal. He blew it up because Obama made the damn deal. And it's going to be the same deal. It's actually going to be worse because here's the difference. With Obama's deal, they wasn't trying to shut down or tax people to come through that strait. In this deal, they have the ability to do so, and Trump can't say shit. Because there was no objective that Trump, the only thing Trump just kept saying, I don't want them to have a nuclear weapon. But you actually gave them something more stronger and meaningful and more dangerous. Economic freedom. You're about to enrich them. You're about to make them money. Because they see what it see. They figured out, since you a businessman, we gonna do business like you. We gonna shut it down. We saw you change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. So why can't we charge people to come through our waterway? And see, y'all not seeing the long-term effects of this, because this is going to make Iran the next 10 years become quickly not only technically advanced because of money they're getting, but very, very rich. To where they get two shits about a nuclear weapon. You want to know why? Because now we can compete with y'all on the economic side of things. Now we can be as strong financially as China and Russia. So in actuality, Trump woke up a beast with a bomb. You just didn't knock him out. You just pissed him off. And now you got to go to the G7, convince the Europeans to help you finish this shit off. And negotiate actually it's more of a ceasefire to an actual peace deal. And I already know, they're not giving up. They'll give up. They'll be like, no, you can. They're not going to let you take the nuclear material. Because he said, I do remember they said they kept dropping bombs to where it embarrassed it more. Okay. You wonder why they're doing that? They're like, no, we're going to do that. So y'all can shut up and leave us the fuck alone. Y'all can see every time y'all come, ain't no nuclear weapon. What the fuck? What you're seeing is the city looking a little better, roads looking a little cleaner, couple of millionaires coming out of Iran. The economic status done stepped up in the next 10 years. They're economic superpower now, along with Saudi Arabia and the UAE. So with that being said, y'all just made y'all next economic rival. Congratulations, Mr. Trump. Congratulations. And y'all said we won. Are y'all tired of winning? I'm tired of winning. That's what it's a lot of winning. Smoke that over. That's why I say November's going to be interesting, because we're going to see how tired America is, right? We're going to see how tired America is. Because if we don't see, because it's funny how we got all this stuff that's going on. Redistricting, trying to call the black vote, all the posturing right now, the war, the inflation, tariffs, because we forgot about the tariffs. We've been so, let me tell you what's so funny. We forgot about tariffs. We forgot about Epstein because of the war. Do you think that he started this war also to kind of throw, let's forget about Epstein? It probably could be a motivation. But no. Netanyahu put the battery in his back. Netanyahu thought he had a homeboy that they can go in there and fuck shit up. He found out who really Trump is. Trump to cut his ass out by 3 times. But yeah, I tell people like this. If you want, people need to stop voting with hope and vote with their tax bracket. Y'all enriching the richer when you put people like Trump in office. Y'all enriching the richer when you put people in office that don't feel our pain. A lot of these goddamn congressmen or what have you, they're well off, they got money, they're paid, they're rich. They're not us. We love Roy Cooper, don't get it twisted. Roy Cooper's a good dude. I think he's a great governor, but he's one of the few guys who kind of gets it. But the problem is that y'all want the fool. Y'all want the person with the big ideas, but no solutions. Y'all want the guy to tell you all the problems, but no solutions. Or he tell you the solutions, but because they sound so awesome, because you ain't ate nothing in damn near 2 months, and him giving you a cracker is just like giving him steak. Y'all really didn't peel back the layers and thought about it. What does this mean for my tax bracket? Because we notice with all this up and down, you know, been making money. Motherfuckers in the stock market, CEOs of companies and so forth. Because you understand the fluctuation of the stock market creates millions and billions of dollars. Funny how under Trump, Elon Musk is now a trillionaire. First trillionaire we ever seen. Wow. Oh, it won't he the head of Doge? But once again, I put the correlation where others don't. So look, I'm done. I got another show I got to get ready for. So I hope y'all enjoyed this show. Next week, I got a wonderful interview that y'all going to enjoy. So stay tuned to what that is. And yeah, y'all can really enjoy it. You feel me? Also, don't forget to hit that promo, hit that QR code for the place where the conversation gets saucy. The titties pop out. Dildos might pop out. You don't know what pop off unless you subscribe. Premium Smoke Room. We're talking about 4 podcasts plus special events such as Project Cocktail House, as well as the VIP Smoke Room with the ladies show some boobies, shake some ass to some music, answer questions from my premium smokers. You feel me? Also, if you go on the Spotify side, I got 2 subscription podcasts you'd enjoy. Savage Smoke, where I talk to guys of the industry, so we give you that smoke from a perspective about the industry, and Had to Smoke on it, where I might discuss this whole shit where Iran and U.S. a little bit more deeper than I would in this show. You feel me? So either way, if you look at the previous smoke, you had the smoke on, you tried to roll Savage Smoke, please just subscribe to Smoke. So I got to go rest my tonsils, drink some tea, and chill out, and enjoy the rest of my day, and get ready for another show. So with that being said, we hit these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Spoke this over. All right. Deuces.